someone, a child of God who was sick. We went to the same church together. And I said, come, you've been sick. You're not supposed to be sick. Do you know that? He said, I know. Now, he said he knows. What knowledge is he talking about? He's talking about awareness. Sure. Every child of God is supposed to be aware. Okay? He says, I know. I say, oh, you know, but why are you sick? You see, because you don't stop there. It's one thing to be aware, but you don't stop there. You get it? He is aware that he's not supposed to be sick, but he does not know how not to be sick. You see, as I say, there are levels to knowledge. I know that I'm not supposed to be sick, but I don't know how not to be sick. You see, a lot of people are aware of Jesus Christ, but they don't know him in terms of who he is. Okay? They've not had an experience of him. Some people have had an experience of him, but they've not grown to have a knowledge of the experience. That means a knowledge of that revelation. That means an understanding of that revelation. Who is following what I'm saying here? There are a lot of people who, in one way or the other, they've experienced Jesus. Now, they say, I remember one time I was sick and I prayed and I got well. I'm sure many of you have that experience. But that doesn't mean that it's always happen like that. You've experienced him. So because you've experienced him, you now know that he's real. You now know that, oh, God can heal. But now, that is where the knowledge stops. There are a lot of people who say, oh, I've experienced God. I mean, one time I didn't have any money, and God just came through for me. God is actually good, is real. Now, you see, but they want to always live like that. You're not supposed to stay in that realm. That is another kind of knowledge. That is, you see, I just moved from the human to awareness, then to experience. You see, right? So, just like the illustration I used, you had food and it said the food is in the kitchen. And then when you came in, you took the food and you ate the food. Nice, okay? But you may not always have food. You need to learn how to cook the food so that you don't start depending on someone to eat food. So there's the knowledge of awareness that I have food. There's the knowledge of the experience that I ate the food. There's the knowledge of how to cook it so that I have full understanding and I don't depend on someone who's following me.